Alright, and here is the video review for the Fansproject TFX-07, I believe is the number. This is the Magnus version of their armor for Optimus Prime. I did the Prime version a while back, and a lot of people were asking me, is it ever going to be available for sale? I didn't know. Is it going to go up for pre-order? What's the deal with this? And like I said, I legitimately didn't know. And it turns out that they have been making some improvements to it, which are actually kind of cool. Some of them are minor improvements. Some of them are larger improvements. Like for right here, this panel on the shoulder now has some little flip-out panels that fold around and cover up what's exposed of the cab underneath here. It's less of an issue on Prime because it was red armor on a red cab, whereas this is blue armor on a white cab, so it hides it. So I don't know if this is unique to the Magnus version or if it will be on the Prime version as well when that finally releases. But there you go. This is an added piece right here. This you'll see how that folds up in the process. It's attached to the shoulder armor up here. The hands. Now, people were complaining that the hands just look like a big hand hanging off the side, because on the original the hand was hollow and just kind of folded out and fit over the hand on the figure itself, whereas on this one you now remove the hands, and that allows this whole piece, instead of just kind of folding here on this ball joint sitting on the side of the truck, you can see it's got a swiveling piece inside there. On the ball joint's attached to a swivel, so instead of folding up like that and looking like a giant hand on the side of the truck, now the fingers can rotate around on that ball joint and then swivel on this hinge to tuck under. And it's got some detailing here, so it doesn't look quite as much like a hand just hanging out there on the side of the truck. Also, these little clippy pieces have had it's a very minor thing. You can kind of see that little divot on the end, and that helps hold it onto the shoulder in robot mode better, which again we'll see when we get to that point. But it's designed to be a transform all-in-one. It does make the cab a little bigger. We saw it on the Prime, and you know sometimes the arm guards will pop off, but for the most part you can keep everything on while you transform it, with the exception of these. You want to pop these off in the top part that turns into a gun. These come off. These are going to form his shoulder armor. We'll get to that, or shoulder launchers. We'll show those in a minute. Go ahead and pop this assembly off the top. This piece in the middle, this splits in half. These flip out. Just like on Prime, this piece forms, bring this down, rotate this around to the front, flip the handle down, and then fold this piece around to the back, and this forms a couple of handguns for the combined robot, or for the transformed robot, little scope and everything. There's one. We'll do the same thing over here. And there are the two guns. We'll set those off to the side for the time being. Now, as for the rest of this, we'll go ahead and start flipping these out. I'm going to untab this front piece. It should stay attached here. But untab that, which will allow the arms to come out. There's what gets a little tricky with all these panels and getting everything around. You want to bring the shoulder out. Again, this likes to pop off. But flip that out. Get the arm out and around. Pull this panel around. Bring the arm down and around. And again, the hands have been removed, but now you can flip this piece up. This closes up like that. This comes up onto the arm like this. Open the fist up, rotate that around, and then again, swivel them up and forward on that ball joint to give them his admittedly biggish hands, but there you go. This comes around like before, and like I said, this piece rotates. I'm gonna lift this up a little bit here. Come here. This piece rotates around the shoulder. So the white is in the front, and this piece flips up like this, and then folds up onto the shoulder like that. So it makes the shoulders a little bulkier versus the tops of the shoulders there but that panel folds in and covers. Normally this would have all been exposed white under here, and now it's blue because of this panel that they added. Or like I said, this may have been intended to be on this design the whole time. I'm not sure, but it is something different from the Prime version. We'll do the same over here. Come on, you. Like I said, this comes off sometimes. This around, that down and around. Open up the thumb, bring the fingers around. Rotate this piece around, fold this up, fold that up onto the shoulder, and fold that down where it would normally sit. Bring the legs down, rotate everything at the waist, just like you would before. You can kind of fold that up again. Split the legs, and tab like that. These fold up, the wheels fold up, fold up. Fold up the wheels. This heel piece rotates forward to be flat. And then the toes come out down here. These you can leave down like that. If you want to flip those up, you do need to do that before you open these. I prefer to leave them down, although it does make his knees look a little skinnier. But I like the way they fill in there a little better. You guys have the waist piece that stays on during transformation. Come up here at the top. And here we want to bring these, rotate these panels down to the side, and then fold the upper panels down onto the lower ones. You can leave these sticking up as missile launchers. You can fold them down onto his back. I'll go ahead and bring his head down. He does have kind of a face-plated head. A different head, more of a Magnus-y head than Prime does. You give him his handguns. Actually, I think we want to go the other way with those. Yeah, they fit better if you have this piece on the outside. And then the shoulder launchers, you take these, you flip this under, you open this up, and then this assembly slides forward to bring those missiles out. They push back in, but slide that forward, missiles come out. And you rotate this around, and then you attach it right here. And again, that little divot they added fits in this little grip, and it holds this on a lot nicer than the ones that on Prime did. It locks it into place a little better. So there, he's got one missile launcher. We'll do the same over here. Pop those out. Come on. All the way out. There we go. Just like that. And again, once those are popped out, you can slide these forward a little bit more. And we'll lock you, slide you onto here and lock you on. And there he is, all combined. Oh, plug you in. There we go. So yeah, there's the Magnus version of this armor. I know some people don't know why they're doing this one. Like I said, it's unique, if nothing else, and I'm a big fan of unique things. I do agree that it seems a little odd at this point to be making add-ons for the old Classics Prime mold when we've gotten so many new Primes. If maybe this was just a leftover project they felt like doing, I don't know. But it is interesting at any rate, and I do like. I can appreciate the engineering that went into it to make this all work. There he is with the Prime version. Just to show those two off next to each other. And again, just to give a real quick look at just how much is added. Here they are with the base mold. It's the BotCon version of the mold, but just to give you an idea of how they compare, how much they add to the base figure. There you go. So yeah, there it is, the TFX-07 kit from Fansproject. I'm assuming now that they've gotten this one out in review copy form that we'll be seeing these actually pre-order soon. I'll let you know if I hear anything. I know a lot of people have asked. But there it is, TFX-07 armor kit for Magnus. And real quick, since I know people will ask if I forget, there's both of them with Striker Manus.